Okay guys, welcome to this PlayStation State of Play reaction podcast broadcast thingamajiggy bob. We're expecting some PlayStation 5 announcements and obviously some PlayStation VR2 announcements. Now, I cover both things on different channels, so I guess I'll have to figure out a way to do this in such a way that it fits both audiences. So what we will do is we'll probably have the front part be the same where we just look at all the things, and then the reaction parts to particular things will be appropriate for each channel. Now, what you won't be getting at this presentation, first and foremost, is Bloodborne. Not going to happen. It's now 11:32, so it should have finished by now also, but I haven't seen it yet. We won't get no Bloodborne, nor a PS5 remaster, nor a PC version. So forget that. That's not going to happen in this announcement. You're not going to get anything about Black Ops 6. I can't believe it's 6 already. I thought it was on 4 last time. Whoever it is. Because that's an Xbox thing now, isn't it? So that's not going to be a thing. Maybe you'll get a trailer or something, I don't know. And then you're probably not going to get a full-blown PlayStation VR2 PC announcement necessarily, although there has been news about the adapter now being officially registered in certain countries and what have you. And you won't get Resident Evil 4 VR for PC or what have you, and you're not going to get GTA 6 either. So what will we get then, or what are we hoping to see at this event? Heck, any cool new games would be good, because they said this was going to be a dry year for PlayStation. It takes longer to make games, and they've done all their big hitters already. So a lot of it's going to be third-party stuff. Unfortunately, I'm expecting most of the PlayStation VR2 stuff that will be announced are probably going to be things that are on other systems anyway. So I'd be surprised if we have any PlayStation VR2 exclusives, and I'd be surprised if we have anything we haven't seen or hasn't leaked already. Although I've tried to avoid a majority of leaks, so to speak. I don't have anything against such a vegetable, but you know. So, without further ado, we'll have timestamps. Let's get on with this, shall we? We don't need the countdown, do we? But that was one of the surprise highlights, I suppose. Kai Dance's Behemoth's at PSVR VR. Yeah, it is. Alright, so for my VR channel posse.
I thought I could be a hero and break the curse.
Oh, this is very
but I was
Skyrim.
A fool.
Okay. Yeah. We know them.
There is no hope here. And the gods that walk among us thirst for death.
Doesn't mean it's not an exclusive though. Okay, yeah, Skyrim. Oh wow. Okay.
Your head is mine.
That's gonna be sick in VR. Alright. Oh. Alright.
The poison in my veins begs me to.
I mean, currently, yeah, I suppose it could very much look best on the PlayStation VR2. Did you just catch that? Hold up a minute. Hold on a second. Did you just catch that with his rope thing? YouTube face.
The power of our God is immeasurable.
Wow.
Thought I could be a hero.
Okay.
But heroes
Pull that
don't survive the
mold off his foot.
lands.
Wow. This looks pretty dope.
Only
Why does it look like
monsters
Skyrim? It's available this year. Okay. Wow, lots of giants. Trying to hunt wishlist places. Alright, we will wishlist that one. Yeah, that one's okay. My VR people. What did you for that one? That one's pretty dope. Now, again, it's probably gonna be best depending on what kind of PC you have. It'll be probably best on the PlayStation VR2 because of the visual fidelity in the eye thingy. But obviously, depending on what they do with the PC version, because it will be on the PC as well. This is the thing, it's not exclusive. Nothing's exclusive anymore. So, but it's still a win for VR generally, because that looks like a proper full-blown I mean, I feel like this font is very Skyrim for some reason. It's weird. Not a bad thing, but I wonder if we're gonna have a lot more different like individual enemy types and stuff like that as well, though, because we see lots of giants, and then there's environment kills that remind me of what's that game called? Might and Magic. The oh man, I forget what it's called. Not Heroes of Might and Magic, is it? Not the I forget, but it kind of reminds me of that with the traps and stuff. And lots of big enemies.
Don't survive the Forsaken Lands.
Very nice. Some element feels there of Wrath of
Only monsters
Wrath of
do.
Asgard. And that. So yeah. This scene looks particularly nice. Yeah. So what do you guys think of that one? Are you guys looking forward to Skydances? I'm gonna get it wrong. Skydance was the other one, was it? Skydances Behemoth. I'm definitely adding that to the wish list. That looks dope. Looks dope. Very Skyrim-esque. It looks like there's lots of this giant's got like what would be on his back where you could be walking on him and not know he's a giant. It almost looks like a hill. So that's pretty crazy with like a little hippo's face going on there. I like it. All right, cool. Dope. So that's definitely the highlight for the PlayStation VR 2 side of things. This is Alien, right? This is Alien. Oh man, PlayStation VR 2 is gonna win in the show. I don't think I can handle this. Oh my god, it is Alien, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is. Oh my god, that in VR is no way. Another banger. Is there a date for that game yet? Holiday, that's this year, it's not long. Oh my god. Another one to talk about then. So yeah, I did speak about this in the podcast, that there was a announcement that briefly that it was still being in development to be released, and I remember the name Cerberus. Man, are you guys wish listing now? I can't talk all of a sudden. I'm scared. Alien Isolation was dope, but scary. One of the scariest games ever in my entire lifetime. This is just not going to be. That's not even final gameplay, by the way. This is not even. I don't even want to mess with this. Well, I hope they do have in it. I hope they have in this. I hope they have in this like NPCs and like people, and not just you versus aliens. And that's it, and alien and the face huggers and all that kind of thing. Because that's what was kind of cool about. Well, that's what was cool about Alien Isolation. It made it feel like a world as well, even in space, where it wasn't like we're gonna expect like loads of people, but because it was a space station and it was people, and then it was the working Joes and what have you, it felt like a little bit more immersive and lived in because of that. So I hope that they have that in there as well, and it's not just going to be constantly you and aliens and creatures and things just trying to kill you, or you alone, throughout the whole thing. I think that'll be just add to the immersion of it. It looks like we may be on an alien planet, so that, I don't know. I think it'd be better if they did that anyway. But yeah, looking forward to that one. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this PlayStation VR 2. Have it? Just that's. I've not really seen PlayStation VR 2 presented like that in text. It's always PlayStation VR together or PlayStation VR 2 together. Is it normally the space like that? I don't know. Why am I worried about this? Holiday 2024. We've got 2 dope games coming for the PlayStation VR 2. None of them exclusive, but it might be many of us' best option for best fidelity in terms of balance of
Hi
visual
everyone,
brightness
I'm
as
Sean
well.
Benson.
Obviously, this one here as well, Alien Rogue Incursion. If they have, I hope they don't. It's not just you and aliens and creatures, because I think it'd be more fun and more immersive and more lore friendly and story and more immersive if we have other people as well. Don't have to have lots of people, just like similar to Isolation. But what they showed in it is like just you and the creature. It's just like, something that's the thing that's lacking in VR as well, is you get like a lot of the you and the enemy, you and the goal, not a lot of the world stuff. So when you get the world stuff, that's when the games really stand out the most, and that's when people measure them on it, right? It's like the same with the one that's not showing here, which is the Behemoth thingy one. Skydancer's Behemoth. It's like, are we going to have NPCs and like different villages and people in a world that's built out and immersive, or are we just going to be fighting things and fighting giants? Because that's what takes it to the next level, is having an actual fully fledged Skyrim-esque, I presume Half-Life Alyx-esque world. You know, it's funny. The only thing stopping me from playing Half-Life Alyx, I think, is episode 2 of Half-Life 2. So I don't know why I'm stopping myself from playing it. I should just go for the Half-Lives. Put them on the channel, or I can just play them offline, as I've been doing mostly, and just do the review and then just get into the Half-Life Alyx, put on the VR channel. Why am I saying this now? Anyway, so yeah, that one could be interesting as of the VR, but again, not exclusive. And the other one, I don't know where the other one is. It's not on this screen, but I feel like some other stuff is missing as well, maybe. But Behemoth is not in here, but it's yeah, they played them dirty. They did them dirty there, guys. They actually didn't, you know. I platinumed FF7 Rebirth over 300 times. So this is why you can't just do gameplay videos anymore, because of people like this with their craziness. Anyways, yeah, that was that show. Yeah, what did we think of? What's our scores overall for this show? They didn't play it up in the first place, so it would be harsh to rate it overly harsh because of that. Why does that kind of look like me for a second in the corner? But what do I think? I think we had 2 VR games that I can remember of 2. Both of them are not exclusive. We had no announcement on the PC thing. Nothing at all. Nothing, not much for VR, to be fair. So the VR side rating, I can't remember anything else that was in there. I forgot, oh, it's a bump, that's what's hitting my head here. Ow. VR rating for it, man, I have to give it like a 5. A 5. If they had announced that like Silent Hill 2 was going to have a VR mode, it'd have been easily jumped it to like an 8, 9 or something. I think it's an average for PlayStation VR 2. Might even be a little bit below average, because it wasn't. They're not exclusives. They're not exclusives, and there's nothing for. Yeah, this might even be a 4. I can't remember if I feel like was there something else? Was that really it? Was it just those 2 games for the VR side of it? I mean, they were very good, but they're not exclusive, so you know, you might end up just getting it on your PC if you've got a PC. Yeah, I think that was it. It's only 35 minutes. So I'm going to give it like a 4 out of 10 then, for the VR side of things. So slightly below average. Nothing special. There was things they could have announced like the PC. Some reassurance about the PC side of things, or the progress on that. Maybe an exclusive game. Maybe an announcement in it. Something that is exclusive is going to the PC as well with the PC adapter, and we got nothing like that. We got 2 games that one game we already knew about, Alien Rogue Incursion we knew about already, but maybe first time we get it in a day. Behemoth is new. I've not heard of that until now. So yeah, 4 out of 10 on the VR side of things for the presentation of State of Play for PlayStation May the 30th, 2024. Yeah. There you go. Let's look at some of the comments here. Let's look at some of the comments. See how off I am of the buzz or not. PlayStation should honestly just stop working on live service games. 8K in likes from Spunks there. What's we got? Shiny Find. 100% not interested in Concord. Oh man. Concord, a game nobody asks for and nobody will play 6 months post-launch. That's the potential of those kind of games as well. Is if you don't get it right, no one play. And that's the thing, is it's always going to be judged on how long people are playing them for and how much people are playing them. It's a shame. I think people are slightly off-put by live service games because of especially because of the Justice League thing. Killer Justice League thing was so awful. At least in my opinion, it looks so boring. It looks so boring, and how you can make such an open world that's so boring and bland looking despite colorful. Anyway, Arthur Fernandez says, Sony, understand. We want games focused on single player narrative and not multiplayer service games. I mean, I think that's what a lot of what Sony's bought their PlayStation name on, isn't it? So that makes sense. Oh yeah, I forgot there was no Bloodborne. By Cooking Sauce here, it says, alright, Bloodborne fans, time to get our clown makeup ready. This was before this show even started up because it says 21 hours. So I'm going to refresh, see if we can get some newer responses here. We should have some responses coming in. Just to get the vibe. So I think my rating is going to be about right. And it looks like the vibe overall is a bit like average. I'm going to tick that one, yeah. Not really crazy about the live service games thing, really. Even if Helldivers 2 is meant to be good. I don't really think it's, yeah, I think they can, calm down with that. Yeah, I don't want to tick that one publicly. It's funny, though. What Jason said there about no one's going to be playing it in 6 months. Is there any other newer ones there? Here we go, here's a new one. Dear Sony, the games as a service model is not sustainable. We don't want 20 of them every announcement showcase. Can't you drop at least 1 or 2 quality single player experiences this gen? Well, there is Bloodborne. There is a Wish in it, right? There is Silent Hill 2 was your 1 or 2 there, buddy, I guess. It is this gen. Temporal experiences like you used to be known for. The problem is as well, they must be watching it. I was gonna say there's a state of play for Silent Hill. That's a Residence of Evil. That's what I would be doing with the channel of the non-VR channel if I was smart, probably. The integer channel. Anyway, we'll probably check that out, a separate video. But yeah, it's I don't lose the line now. It's a different time with development now. I mean, what I was saying, I said earlier in this video, is that if PlayStation, or why am I looking at my email while I'm looking at the thing? I just realized what I was doing here. If Final Fantasy VII Rebirth hasn't sold well enough, that they're now making stories up about how the third part might be not come out or something crazy. We can't say anything about live service games at that point then. It's up to us. This is why it's so important that we foster and we pay enough, we pay a lot of money as it is, but it's very important to foster a attitude of buying. I don't know about all this Game Pass stuff sometimes, because I think maybe it's killing a little bit of the sales of things. But I hope we don't end up not getting Final Fantasy's next part, or end up getting like a goofy live service version or something, because every publisher's going to make this excuse if their sales don't come out as planned. And what I've played of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth so far is complete and absolute quality. There's potential for it to be kind of open worldy, busy worky. So I'm still not ready to do a complete review rating yet. 2 months later, I'm always behind. But it looks like they've put a lot of effort in, so I don't feel like it should be anything that is underselling. Underselling is one of my favorite series of all time, especially 7. Hurts my heart, not gonna lie. And if that's the case, I don't know if it's because they spend too much money or if it's just costing too much money to make games. I don't know if they need AI to save it or something. But if that's the case, we can't complain about live service games afterwards if it just costs too much to make these things. That's the reality. It sucks. Anyway, my expectation. This is Mark Mills, is it? Let me. Let's use the power of technology and zoom in these chats a little bit here so I can actually see them without straining my eyes on my 4K television. Mark Mills says, my expectations were low and I am still disappointed. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is to these shows. I think with like E3, well, E3 was every year. E3 cost a lot of money, I know that. And I also know it's not viable because of that. And also I know there was lots of problems with like people getting embarrassed and stuff with fails and that. And it was funny sometimes. I remember that. I'll never forget that. Was it that Konami one? Oh man. I missed those. I missed those cringy moments. That's why the Game Awards is the new E3 in a way, because it's like you might get something really cringy or emotional. But I think it's just games take too long to make now, too much money. And because they take too long to make and too much money, unless AI changes it ethically, I think it's going to be difficult for us to get that period of E3 where you had new and exciting things every year. You know, it's difficult now. It takes like anything from, it could take like 4 years just to make anything at these levels, much less people's expectations. And that's not even including what you usually will have as a problem with it. I tell you what, they have numbers there of 1,000 people watching is impressive. Just wanted to say they're in the state of play. Good job on Residence of Evil there, because I've been in a lot of YouTube streams. I ain't seen many that's like 1,000. They're like a couple of hundred at best. I digress and get distracted. But yeah, it's hard for them to release games quickly enough now, it seems. And it costs too much money. In a world where you have a quality game that's highly rated, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and we're talking about it being a financial disappointment, we've got to take that into consideration. It's hard. That's pretty rough. Oh, you know what I just realized? Oh, it's in the browser. I was about to say I just realized I've got music playing, but it's not in the channel of my audio, but it is. It's in the browser, so you guys will hear it without me doing any mad editing, potentially. I'll still have to edit this for actually. Probably. Anyways, yeah, a couple more comments. A 10-second countdown for a 30-second countdown is insane. That is true. I didn't get that either. Astrobot actually stole the show, and Sony even knew it would. Well, I don't know. Let's see how much. Yeah, Bloodborne. No Bloodborne. No Bloodborne, yeah. Sony should be ashamed at that state of play. I think it's really hard as well, because how do you set expectations for these things now? That was, usually we get these shows in June, which is around the E3 period of time. We're on the 31st of May. Well, now it was the 30th of May they did it, because it's past 12 now. And, we got a heavy hit here, 118k subs. Honestly, I'm disappointed. Yeah, I have that feeling overall as well. It wasn't great, was it? I mean, I didn't expect it to be, but I thought there'd be at least maybe one thing. You see, I think what it is with these shows, I don't think if you're Sony, if you're a PlayStation, I don't think you can really do these kind of shows if you don't have something like at least one thing that is a banger. And if you don't have at least one thing that's a banger, maybe the strategy is to just do it like just do separate trailers and not do a show. I don't know. Because there's a lot of negative comments here. You'll spend an unnecessary amount of time promoting Concord. There's a lot of hate for Concord and live service games. The game industry condensed in one video. Souls likes, games as a service, remake supports. You know what? Gats nuts? Or is it Gats and Guts? Yeah, that guy's not wrong, I didn't even think about the fact that the one that is exciting is a remake as well, to be fair. It's not a new game. And yeah, there was a lot of Souls likes in there. I mean, that one Soul looked really cool though, to be fair, but man, it is true. He makes a good point, he or she. I spent 5 minutes skimming through this and I still feel like I wasted my time. I'm just putting it because it's funny. Doomslayer. I feel like Patchy the Pirate, after watching the super secret SpongeBob episode, I generally had to say that was it. Yeah, funny. Oh, here we go. Someone's done a nice thing for us here. Oh yeah, Ballad of Antara. Yeah, that one looks interesting. Why was that one even in there? It wasn't even in their list for me to. And Where the Winds Meet was another Souls-like, innit? So it was two like Souls-like, but they do look similar because you end up saying, "Is it Ghost of Tsushima?" Again, even though Ghost of Tsushima is not a Souls-like, you know what I mean? There's an uncanny valley about a lot of games now as well, that they could just as easily be DLC as they are new games. But yeah, this guy didn't even bother put Concord, just put Firewalk and said that, and then said, "Then we go and have lunch." Yeah. My expectations were 0, and I was still second-hand embarrassed by this. Oh man. Pete Parker, these companies never learn that no one wants to see pre-rendered cinematic trailers. Yeah, it looked like it was either in-engine or pre-rendered, and it sold the game, but the problem was that wasn't the game. FPS clones do we need? Where's the real state? But yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna wrap this up. I'm hearing noise in the kitchen coming from a room. Yeah, that was the PlayStation State of Play. I gave it a 6. When did I give it a 6.5? No, 6. I gave it a 6, didn't I? Overall. But that's because I'm interested in VR stuff. Now I feel too generous. Did I give it a 6? I gave them individually very lower scores anyway. I gave it like a 4. How did it end up going from a 4 into a 6? I'm confused now. I'm confused what my score is. Overall, it's like average to underwhelming, basically. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Ecstatic or disappointed? Man, I don't know. These things are hard these days now.